Hello guys, welcome back to the third part of the Line 2 simulator series. So today we are basically going to do the finishing and getting back to line. This will not be the final part since we have to add a rebirth system or something else that multiplies your money. So it's actually like a simulator game. So I can quickly show you what we did in the last series if I just want to go to test and create a two-player server. Let me just start this up. So in the last episodes, we did cutting in the line. So you can just cut in line and it works pretty easily and smoothly. So that's good. But we today wants to make it so when you are in the top position, you have a wait time here and you can skip. So that's what we are going to do today. So then let's just get to this. So there's a lot we have to change actually today. But first of all, I want to fix a couple of things. So we want to go to, so we got the main script server and the script, right? So the script, this basically does collision groups. The main server does basically everything else. And we have an issue with the unlock and lock player movement, so we are going to fix this now. Because if I play now, you can see that I can just freely move. And this isn't what we want. So the problem, a lot of people are going to say, set the walk speed to 0. But this would work for the movement, see I can't move. But the problem is the cutting in line or the moving from tile to tile requires us to have a walk speed. So we are able to walk. So that's not good. So let's delete this line. Let's do something new. So we essentially want to utilize a service that is implemented in Roblox, and we basically want to just use the service to freeze the player. So we're going to go to replicate storage, create a remote event, and I'm calling this freeze player like this. Then we can scroll up here and do local freeze player is equal to replicated storage colon wait for child freeze player. Just like this. And then we want to go down here and we want to do freeze player colon fire client and then the player and false because this is an unlock. And then down here we want to do the same thing and true. So then we need to create a new script. So let's copy this line here, the freeze player, so we have it in the local script. And then let's create a new script inside the script here. And we are going to call this just freeze or freeze player. So then in here we can just paste this, get the replicated storage. And then what we want to do is we want to get the player. So local player is equal to players.local player. Then we get a handle. I'm gonna set the handle to freeze. And then we do a function for the freeze movement. And this is going to take the action name, the input state, and the input object. Then we do if inputs state is equal to enum.user input state dot begin. Then we do return enum.context action result dot sync. Also, we want to get the context action service. So, and then we want to get a function for safe bind action. And the function, function safe bind action and they function for save unbind action. And yeah, then we can just down here get the freeze player dot on client events connect function option. Then we do if option is equal to true, then we do save bind action, and else we do save unbind action. That's the whole thing. So then we can essentially just go to the, let's just do the save unbind action first. So we do local success, error message. Then we do repeat. Success is equal to success, error message is equal to p-call function. And then we do complex action service called unbind action and freeze. And then we do if not success, then we want to set this below the end. Then we want to wait 0.5. And we want to do this until success. So then we can copy this for above here. Oh, also this would be the save unbind action, sorry. The save bind action. We're going to put the same thing here. Then we want to do context action service, colon bind action. And then we do freeze, and then freeze movement, and then false, or if it should create a touch button. And then we do like what it should disable. We do enum.keycodes.w, basically all the key codes. So let's put this here. So we want to do A, we want to do S, we want to do D, we want to do up, we want to do down, and left, and right, and space. That's all we want to unbind. And then we can copy the same thing here. And that's good. So now we can play the game. As you can see, we can't move. That's good. So also one thing I realized in the UI handler, essentially when we want to do the per second, we want to do this times 2, because we actually get money per half second. So we should get, yeah, the right amount per second set. So, and now that this is done, we can essentially start with the main server. But we have to do one thing first. So let's create another local script in here. And let me name this to core. And in here we do repeat local success equal to pcall function. Then we do starter GUI colon set core resets button callback. We set this to false. And then after here we do test await 1. Then we do until success. Like this. So what this does, it disables our reset button, so we can't reset. Because the problem is, like when you reset, your tile just doesn't get like set. So with we could handle this with like a function, but it's just easier to just disable resetting because you don't need to reset the player for anything. So that's good. So then what we can do, we are going to go to the main server now, and in here we have to do a lot of work, like really a lot of work. But let's just go to like from top to bottom. And yeah, so first of all, we can create a new remote function and name this to end because we're going to need this. And then in here, we can create a new replicated like a remote event. I mean, we're going to name this to enter line, and another one which we're going to name to toggle timer. So then, let me see. So in the spawn tile, this is, I think, good to go. Yes, of course. So then, in the remove last tile, we want to basically change this a bit. Because the problem with this is that it's not always removing the last tile. So we get the local highest tile number is equal to hashtag active tiles folder colon get children. Then we get the tile number, which is toString the highest tile number. Then we do local tile in use is equal to false. Then we do for underscore every player in pairs players colon get players. Do. And then we do local player tile. So we loop through the player tiles and like through the player, and then we get the player tiles for the player. So then we get the player tile. Then we do if player tile and player tile dot name is equal to toString highest tile number. Then we want to use tile in use is equal to true. We want to break. Then after here, if tile in line and what am I saying? If last tile and tile in use, and not tile in use, I mean, then we want to destroy the last tile. So this is good for this one. So then also let me get the move to tile and just move this in between those. So you get the spawn tile, the move to tile, the remove last tile. Then let's get the move all up. Get this below the remove last tile. Then we get the unlock and lock. Then we get the give money. And then we get the cut. Then this is good. So also one thing we can quickly add is below the cut, below here, we want to make a new function called local function setup player for the player and the character. And then what we want to do here is we basically want to cut all this out that we have in here and paste it in here. And then we just want to go in here and do setup player for player and the character in here. So this is good. So the next thing we will be modifying is essentially the money function. So we want to delete this spawn give money, and we want to modify the money function. So we want to do if player, we want to give money specifically to the player. So if player gets player, which is a player gets attributes money giving active, then we want to return. And then we want to do player set attributes, same name, and we set this to true. So, and then what we want to do is we want to delete this line and this line too. We want to cut this and paste it back in here. So then we do, okay, also we can delete this too and this too. Paste it back. So, and then we do while player get attributes this basically money giving active do, and then we do the local current tile stuff, paste it just in there. Then we get the current tile, and we get the distance from this, then we set the money. This is good. And then down here we can do the weight and delete those lines here, and this is the give money. Then we want to get a function for stop giving money for the player, and then we just copy this line, paste it, and set this to false. So, and then in the setup player we can essentially also do this. So we got this, and then we spawn a tile. Then in here we set the player tile, we get the root parts, and then we also want to go in here and do player.leader stats dot money is equal to 0, dot money dot value, sorry, equal to 0. Then we do spawn function give money to the player, and then we also want to move all up and remove last tile. This is good. And yeah, that's pretty much the setup player. So then let me go from top to bottom again. So the create leader stats is good. The toggle timer, we have to create this still. So let's get to this. So because we need to get a essentially like, because we want to make it possible for the players that when they stand in the first tile, like in the first tile place, they should get like a timer rolling on the bottom, and when this hits 0, they will get teleported out of the line. And for this we need two functions to achieve this. We need the local function to toggle the timer, and we need the local function to check the position of the player. Check position of the player and the tile. And up here we just want to pass the player and the toggle option. Then in the check position we do if toNumber tile.name is equal to 1, then we do if player tiles indexes with the player.useID dot name is equal to tile.name. Then we want to toggle timer with the player and true, and then we want to put an else here, and then we want to just put this to false. So in here we just get the local toggle timer is equal to replicated storage convert for child toggle timer which is the remote event. And then we do toggle timer, colon fire client with the player and the toggle option. So this is good. So then in the spawn tile, it seems good. The move to tile, we gotta change this a bit because we want to add the check position, because when the player moves, we want to check if the player is now on the one. So that's good, but I think that was it for the move to tile. So then they remove last tile. This is good, I think, because we just modified. And the move all up, we want to kind of modify this because the problem with this is it's not like it's moving the players up like in the order they joined, but we want to move the players up based on the tile number they have right now. Because if you imagine that there's like a player here, the player here, the player here, and this player goes forward, but this player joins first, and this like second, this player is away, so this here's a free space. And then this player here would move first, but it isn't possible because this player is in front of him. And this is because this player back here joined first, so he's higher in the list. So we want to move the players up by the tile. So then this player would move first, and then this. Yeah, so that's how we are going to do this. So we get the current tile, and we can remove this. And then in here, we can delete this. And then we can say local current tile number is equal to toNumber current tile dot name. And then we do if current tile number is greater than 1, then local new tile number equal to current tile number minus 1. And then we do local new tile is equal to active tiles folder, colon find first child, toString new tile number. And then we do local tile in use is equal to false. And then we do for every other player in iPairs players dot column gets not children, just get players do local other current tile is equal to player tiles, then other player dot use ID. Then we do if other current tile and other current tile dot name is equal to toString new tile number. Then we do tile in use is equal to true, and we want it to break. And then down here we do if new tile and not tile in use. Then we do player tiles player.useID is equal to new tile. Then we do move to tile player and new tile. That's essentially the move all up done. So the unlock player and lock player we have, the give money we have to stop giving money. And for the cut, we also have to change this. So basically what we want to do here too, or actually do we have to change it? Let me see. Let me also remove the print statement here because we don't need it anymore. This is looking good to me. The front player is also looking good. This is good. Yeah, I think this is good. Yeah, we can keep it like this. Set up player is also good. The cut function, player added, the player removing we have to change a bit, I think, because we want to go to stop giving money for a player. just to clear something up. And then that's good. So we also want to write the functionality for the enter line. So we haven't given its attribute that. So let's go up here. Let's copy this. So let me put end here. Then this would be the end function. And then we also want to get the enter line. And then we can start scripting this. So then down here we do enter line. And then we do dot onServer events connect function for the player, which is a player. And then we do setup player for the player and the player dot character. And then we do enter line fire client for player. Again, so we just send it back to the client. And then down here we do end function dot onServer invokes equal to function of the player, which is also a player. And then we do local ends TP equal to workspace wait for child. And then we want to go here and we want to just create a part. I'm gonna make this part the size of 111. I'm gonna make it not collidable but anchored. I'm going to move it like here and a bit up. And then I'm gonna name this to end TP like this. And then I'm going in the script again and wait for child ends TP. And then we do local character equal to player.character or player.character edit wait. Then we do if character ends TP, then we do character dot primary part dot position equal to ends TP dot position. And then we do stop. This is like the player is leaving the line, so we don't need to handle the stuff. So we do stop giving money. We set the player tiles for the player.user ID to nil. Then we do move all up. Then we do remove last tile. Then we do freeze player fire clients for the player and false because we don't want the player to be frozen. Then we do return true, and then we do down here we do return false. This is good. Then we got the end function, we got the cuts, we got everything set up. So then we can continue with the client in the UI handler. So we want to first of all go up here and get those events. So we do local toggle timer equal to replicated storage wait toggle timer. Then we can copy this, paste it 2 times. We do ends, copy and paste. Then we do enter line. We copy this and paste it here. Then we want to give a new threshold. So I'm gonna change this back to 60, like it is supposed to. Then we need the local timer length. So this is how long the timer should run. We just change it to 10. And then we need local timer active is equal to false. Yeah, and then we can just format numbers is good. Update per second, we just fixed it. The update money is good. Update cut price is also good. Yeah, then we want to get the timer function here. So I want 2 functions. Local function clear up timer. And then the local function to set up the timer. So set up timer. And then in here we do timer active, false. And then we do the bottom buttons cut dot text label dot text is equal to just a basic cuts in line. So then for the setup timer it will be a bit longer, but it's okay. So we do if timer active, and then return ends, and then we do timer active equal to true, and then we do local time left equal to timer length, and then we do while time left is greater or equal than 0 and timer active do, we do the cut dot text label dot text is equal to starting in, and then we do format number time left, then we do a second behind, and we do test of weight 0.1, and then we do time left is equal to time left minus 0.1, and then down here we can copy this and just set it back to starting in 0 seconds, and then down here we check if timer is still active, then the local teleported is equal to ends colon invoke server, and then we do if teleported, not teleport service, just if teleported, and then we do inline dot enabled is equal to false, and outline dot enabled is equal to true. Remember, those are like the two UIs that we have. Then down here we do timer active equal to false. Then we do clear up timer. That's good. And then the startup, we can also remove the 1 second. It's just unnecessary. Yeah, and then we want to just get the timer event. So toggle timer dot on client events connect function option. Then we do if option is equal to true, then we do setup timer, and else we do clear up timer, and then we do enter line connect enter line dot on client event connect, then we do startup, and then down here we do the buttons, the play button dot mouse button one click connect function, then we do if enter line, then we do outline dot enabled is equal to false, and inline dot enabled is equal to true, and then we do enter line fire server. So, and then we can like do something here. So else, so if we don't have enough money, we can like add an animation to this. So we want to go up, and we go like above the clear timer, like here, make a function called local function flash red for the object, and the flashing flag we want to return ends. So if flashing flag, then return ends. Then we do local original color is equal to object dot text color 3. Then we do if object is equal to the bottom price, then we do price flashing is equal to true. Then we do else if object is equal to the money money, money. Then the money flashing equal to true. You can add more here if you want. Then we just get the tween info. So let me just copy the tween info here for you, so you can just copy this. And then we just give the object a text color of white, so it's universal effect for everything. And then we get the tween. And then we just disable all the stuff when the tween is complete. So we want to get the tween service here, and yeah, like this. So then we got this set up. Make sure you copy this. Then down here in the else, we can just do flash red, and then we can do this for this, and then we can do the same thing for the money flashing, and then we can try this out. So let's go play. Okay, so we got something wrong. Oh yeah, of course. So we want to go to the main server in the player added function. So in the setup player here, where I left the space here, we want to do check position for the player in the tile. Then let's play. And as you can see, it starts counting down. Also, when we click and don't have enough money, it's going to flash red. And then once this is finished, we get out of here. We can walk, we can get back in line. Let's teleport us back here, and we can't move. So let's try everything out with 2 players. Okay, for testing with 2 players, I'm just going to go to the UI handler and set the timer length to 30, so it's easier for testing. Okay, so you can see that we are here, and as you can see, it takes us some seconds to basically finish, and you can see that here it's working perfectly. We can cut in line, and then we have the countdown, but we can also cut in line then for the player when we have enough money, and we'll see that the countdown will start again. So let's just wait until we have enough money. I hope this works perfectly from the time, but it should normally work. Need 5.9k. Well, this can get a bit close. It's just spam. Okay, this works, and we have reset the timer. So we have now been given the timer of 30 seconds. And now we can just wait for the timer to pass. And then we should be teleported right there. And this player should walk up, and this should be deleted. If everything works fine, then this should be going as following. So we should now be teleported in 3 seconds, which works. This player moves up, and the tile gets deleted. Now this player has the cooldown. We can get back in line, and we are still here. We get our money. Everything's working. Now, if we leave here on this player, which we can right now, because Roblox has like this weird testing bug where sometimes your whole thing crashes, but yeah, let's just get out of line with this character and get back in the line. Now we are back here, and now here we can leave, and as you can see here, we are moving up. So this is perfectly working. So it's working just perfectly, and this is exactly what we want. So let me just clean this up here, and yeah, thanks for watching. There's probably going to come a 4th part like very soon. And yeah, in this part we are probably just going to put the like winning stuff, like maybe you can like rebuff of something. I'm just going to think of something. If you have any ideas, just leave me a comment in the comments. And yeah, thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.